Hello there, welcome to Youngafricantrep TV series. I remain your host, Modella. Today on the show, I'm excited to tell you I am live in the city of Akure again to inform, to inspire, to connect the large community of entrepreneurs in different sectors, making a difference. As in, people following their dreams and going after their passion. Today, I have an entertainment guru. His name is Prince Alabi, aka Labaika. He's the founder and CEO of SEUN. I'm excited. Oluwaseun graduated in 2010 from the prestigious University Bowen, where he studied economics, and is a serial entrepreneur who has found so many of his passions in one, selling of cars. 2. He's the pioneer director of Alwa Logistics Nigeria Limited. He's also the MD of Royal Hotels and Suites. I'm so far excited to have this reward to show, because not only are we going to be having an interesting tour time with you, we're going to be having an educative moment. So sit back, relax, because it's going to be swap time, like I said earlier. We'll be back.
TrepAfrica. Imagine more.
Welcome back again. Don't forget, I am still with SEUN's real CEO and founder. Hi, sir. It's good to have you on today's show.
How are you?
I'm really excited finally to have you into the show. Okay, I know a couple of years ago we had you, on the show. We had something when you were just starting up and all that, and now it's all a big crowd. I mean, who doesn't know Sounds Roye? If you don't know Sounds, you are not a party. So let's talk about the word Sounds, because I really want to understand. I understand your name is SEUN. The sound coupled with the logo is very fine. Where did the name come from?
Now, the idea is we depict luxury, we depict a certain kind of lifestyle, a luxurious lifestyle. So the name gave birth to insurance, and of course, I'm a brand, right? So we needed to marry the two together, right? So we couldn't have SEUN ALABI, no. So we thought we should do something more creative that depicts that luxurious thing we're trying to show, the luxurious lifestyle.
Coupled with entertainment.
Beautiful. Right. So it gives birth to SEUN's.
Beautiful.
And because we depict royalty, so we have SEUN's royal.
I
but
love
of course,
that.
you don't know that I'm from a royal family. I'm a prince.
I just said you're Prince Alabi. Oh. I just said you're Prince SEUN ALABI in my intro. So of course,
so
Yoruba will say Mojuba for the
maybe someday
I really
we'll be doing this interview in my palace somewhere.
I would love that. It will be my honor. God bless you. Okay, now let's go ahead.
Okay, so basically, the idea was to have a little hangout, right, where people would just come and chill and have fun because of the boring environment we had, right? So it couldn't be SEUN's Lounge, no. So we had to make it look luxurious, we had to make it look classy, and we said, okay, SEUN's, because the name SEUN ALABI stood for a brand that everybody reckoned with, right? So we just thought, okay, let's have SEUN's, and then everybody bought the idea, and it's one big thing in town.
Interesting, because I actually like the name. It's wonderful. Now let's quickly dive into your startup story. How did it all begin for you? Because I understood you went to Bowen University and studied economics. Now, why lounge? Why this club? Why hotel? Why all the serial entrepreneurs I mentioned earlier? Why did you dive into that?
Basically, after service, I was looking at being this career person. So I was thinking of traveling abroad for my master's, and I thought to myself that I could actually do something for myself. I could actually work for myself instead of taking millions of dollars abroad. Why don't I put that into something that will benefit me and the community at large, right? And then because of where I was at the time, or where we are, Akure was boring. So have people come in from outside the state and say, Akure is dead. And because I grew up here, I'm like, no, we can actually bring Lagos here. We can make people feel like they are not even in Akure, right? And we said, okay, what do we do? Let's entertain people. Let's bring that classic lifestyle, the feel they have outside Akure, here in Akure, and make them stay. So we thought about it. Let's make people happy. Let's improve the social life of the state. Because trust me, it was dead. So I would say we're one of the pioneers of the luxurious lifestyle in the States. And we have come to stay, right? So, SEUN's Royal is a place to be. It's a place to talk about. It's a place to have fun, right? So you can't be here and be dull. No, right? And that's what we're trying to sell out. We're trying to entertain our customers. We're trying to leave them refreshed. We're trying to leave them excited. Okay? So, thus, increasing the social well-being of the environment. Right? So people don't have the notion that Akure is one dead place. No. So my friends from Lagos come here and say, Shion, this is amazing. You have brought Lagos to Akure.
Beautiful.
I think we're doing a good job.
Interesting. Well done, I must say. Now let's talk about the inception. How long has it been in existence?
SEUN's Royal have been in existence for about 4 years now. We started as a lounge. Like I said, the idea was just to have a few people come have fun. Just, it was too boring. And then the idea was good, people loved it. And then the turn-up kept on increasing. They liked what we were doing, they liked the brand, they liked what we had to offer. And then we couldn't accommodate the crowd we're taking. So we had to expand. So initially it was a lounge. And then I said to myself, SEUN, you can do this, right? Let's have a proper club. And then we shut down for a while. We told our customers to sit back and relax. We were coming back bigger. And then we did a whole rebranding, and then we came about SEUN's Royal, right? And then we have a proper club right now. And it's the finest in the States, trust me.
Yeah,
it is the finest.
I think I should have mentioned that SEUN's Royal is actually the finest in Akure, Ondo State as a whole. It's really exciting to know that. Now, as coupled with it, that known as the finest, in Akure and Ondo State, what is your company's culture like? What kind of services? What's your core value like?
Our core values are one, providing entertainment. So it's more like a hospitality outfit. Come and have fun. Come and relax your nerves, right? Come and chill. Come and see what you haven't seen anywhere. That's the idea, basically. So, as you know, I'm also the managing director of our Royal Hotel and Suites.
Yes.
It's also the hospitality outfit where we house people, we have them relaxed, we have them entertained, coupled with, right? Basically, our core values are one, customer satisfaction, which we take with high priority, entertainment, integrity, discipline, self-reliance, right? Because our idea is to make our customers excited.
Satisfied. Nice.
So we must satisfy them, which is key for us.
I think that's how to do your core values, customer satisfaction.
Very correct.
Well done. Well done, need to say that. Okay, now let's talk about your company's approach to training and development. I'll explain a little bit about this. Company's training, what I mean is, a lot of people see bartenders, hotel managers, and you happen to be the MD for Alba Royal Suites. Now, what's your company's approach to training of these staffs and, of course, development?
So basically, we give priority to staff development and trainings because, like I said, we are dealing directly with people, and these people are what keeps us in existence. So the way they are treated, the way they are attended to, goes a long way. So we need to make our staff understand that these people are a means of livelihood. So periodically, regardless of their status or their level of education, we do our in-house training for them, so they understand what it means to understand people and manage these customers. Because we have customers that could be crazy. It's all about how you approach them. It's all about how you're able to manage and handle them. So we take it upon ourselves to send our workers on trainings, on studies, so they understand how the human-customer relationship works.
Beautiful. And it's totally funded.
It is funded by us.
Wow.
So we're not limiting them to just Alba Royal or SEUN's Royal, because of course they can't be here forever. So we want to leave them with a long life story to tell. That when they were with Alba Royal, when they were with Sean's Royal, this was what they were able to imbibe. This was what they learned, and then they can use it for their future endeavors or whatever. Right? So we're looking beyond just them working with us. We're trying to groom them for their futures also. Right? Because it's our joy to see our staff excel. Because of course they can't be here forever.
Nice.
Definitely.
Nice. Okay, now we'll take a quick break. Okay, when we come back, we have to talk about why you have to dip yourself into having a club after having, a BSc in economics and all that. So don't touch the dial, we'll be back.
TrepAfrica. Imagine more.
Welcome back. This is still Youngafricantrep TV series, and I'm still with Prince SEUN Alabi, aka La Bike, the CEO and founder of Shams Real. Now, before the big break, I said I was going to ask you why did you have to go into, having a club when you studied economics? Let's talk about it, please.
For me, I've always been a social person. I've always been one that likes to generate and entertain people or see people excited, right? I love to party. I've always been a baller, right? So growing up, I've always been in committees that organize shows, organize parties, and all of that. So I wanted to create that niche for myself. And I said, okay, Sean, you can do this, right? Coupled with the fact that Akure, Ondo State as a whole was boring. People, yeah, it was. But now I'm proud to say we have changed the story, right? People didn't even have where to go to. So I said, okay, we can also make a livelihood of this while we also entertain people and have people come have fun. Okay? And that's why we give birth to this, right? And hospitality for me has been one thing I've actually always craved for. Catering for people. I have a beautiful heart. Sorry I'm saying this, but I do have a beautiful heart. So
okay.
The idea of having people feel comfortable around me has been my thing. So it also gave birth to the hotel.
Nice.
Right? We can accommodate people, we can have them comfortable. We don't just house you to sleep. We give you that feel that you're at home. Okay? We're home. So, most of our guests, when they come here, they don't want to leave.
Exactly.
Trust me.
Like
they don't.
It's like home
away from home.
Nice.
Right? And then that brings me joy. Seeing me put smiles on people's faces. It interests me, basically. So moments when we're in the club and I see everybody dancing and I'm just like, this is beautiful. I'm overwhelmed. Moments when the guest comes in and says, oh, brilliant facility, I love your services. I feel motivated more. I can do more.
Exactly.
Right? So that's basically for me.
Love it. I love the story. So now you setting up this business. I know it came with a couple of challenges, and all that. Let's talk about some challenges you encountered starting up.
Starting up wasn't actually easy. Of course, every startup is not easy. At some point, I said to myself, what I get is, can you handle this? Can you do this? And then, but I got support from my dad. He's my strong pillar. He's my mentor. So he was always there. We did it together. We pushed together. And he said, boy, we can do this. Right? So it's really not been easy. But over the years, we have learned from our mistakes. We have learned from our past experiences. Considering the harsh economic situation, it's really not easy. Basically, business outfits in Nigeria, you need to be a strong man to start from. Right? The bad roads, the bad power, and all of that. We power ourselves. We provide water for ourselves. We provide even road for ourselves, right? So it's really not easy considering what we are supposed to get from the government. Yes, I know the government is doing their best, but of course, it's really not easy. But with the grace of God, we've been able to strive through. And we've been able to stand.
I'm happy about that. You mentioned some challenges you've encountered in the past. Let's talk about some present challenges that seem so worrisome to you right now.
Power is one basic challenge we face. Because of the kind of business we run, we must have power 24/7, regardless of who we have in the house, right? And so we power ourselves basically. Water, major challenge, right? Our boreholes are not yielding properly. We buy water almost on a daily basis, right? We also have terrible roads, access roads, so we have to grade periodically, right? Insecurity is a major challenge we have been facing for some time because of the recent trend in harassment of youths and individuals. Most people are better off okay in their houses. They don't want to come out because nobody wants to be harassed unjustly. So for some reason, you are moving on the streets, you just get picked up for no reason, which is becoming too rampant, thus affecting us. Alright? So everybody says, okay, let me just stay at home instead of come out and be harassed. So we tend to mix things up. Our security agencies tend to muddle up the good with the bad because you're smartly dressed or you're wearing a chain. They feel you're doing something illegal.
So it's actually a challenge for your business.
It is a major challenge.
For the business.
It is.
Okay, having said all the challenges, and I would say it's actually a very great thing. It's a big thing actually. Everyone is dealing with. God help us. Now let's talk about your inspiration. What inspires you to put more effort into this club?
For me, I have my personal relationship with my community. And before I do anything, I ask for guidance. And then most of the successful businessmen or club owners started somewhere. And then when I look at them, the likes of Sheila Pella, I'm inspired. I'm like, he's doing a great job. I can do it. Right? When I look at the likes of Dan Beatty, for example, he doesn't have 2 years. He started somewhere. I can do it. So we're looking far beyond Ondo State. We are looking at covering the Federation. We are looking at taking over Abuja, taking over Lagos, taking over Morocco. It starts with a dream, right? It's being able to think it. If you can think it, you can do it. And that's how it works for me.
Basically, the God factor, Sheila Pella, and the likes of people you put in your best has been your inspiration.
Correct.
Beautiful. Let's talk about your target audience. What kind of people you really expect to come into your club, to ball at your club? Like you say, you're a baller.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's know the kind of target market you really entertain.
We welcome everybody. Our doors are open to everybody. The young, the middle class, the old. The idea is having fun. Come and be happy. So the 70-year-old Baba comes and feels like he's 16. We try to bring the young and the old together, merging them to have fun.
Beautiful.
Basically.
Beautiful. I love that.
TrepAfrica. Imagine more.
Wise one, show. I need to say well done on that. Now, let's talk about the great thing about you, about your personality, and about the company. What is so great about Prince Shema? What is so great about Sound?
I did a little random study, or will I say research now, and then I realized that the rate of poverty level in the country is alarming. A whole lot of people are suffering. No jobs, no food, no shelter. It's terrible, right? And then, what's the essence of living if you can impact these people's lives? So I understand that we grow by lifting other people up. right? So, it is my joy, it is my passion when I'm able to put smile on the next person's face. So, I am me when I'm proud to say I've been able to impact and imbibe someone's life, right? So, I thought about it. I said, what can we do with the little resources we have? And that's why we're coming up with our foundation. Basically, to empower the poor. If we're able to eradicate poverty, the country will be a better place, right? So we're going to have low hazards, low robbery, low thefts, prostitution will reduce, because most of our young ladies are corporate prostitutes, and it's sad.
I get you.
Thus demeaning the state of the country, right? So if we're able to start from the grassroots and then eradicate poverty gradually, it's not a day's job, but gradually it improves the state of the country. Because trust me, worldwide, Nigeria is one of the suffering countries in the world. Sadly. But of course, I'm still proud of Nigeria. So I'll do my part to make sure we make Nigeria better.
Lovely. I think that's one of the SDG goals, to eradicate poverty totally in the country. And I must say, more grace to SEUN ALABI Foundation. I can't wait to be at the opening.
We're launching in December.
Oh, of course, we'll be there. Okay, so let's talk about what's really separates you from all the clubs in Accra. Sounds really the finest of all clubs in Ondo State. So, what really would you add to what you said?
So, as our slogan says, we ain't just a brand, but a culture. So, we do things differently. As a matter of fact, as I speak with you, we have brought countless artists, which other clubs don't do. We have brought the likes of Rema, we have brought Ulu, we have brought Mayor Akure, we have brought in B-Red, we have brought in Starboy Terry, we have brought in Dremel, we have brought in actresses Toyin, we have brought in the housemates, the Big Brother housemates members, we have brought in Leo, we have brought in Kafi, we have brought in Kebro Lee, we have brought in Teddy A. We have done so much, right? I can't just start counting. We brought in Mr. Real, we brought in Indo West, we have brought in DJ Neptune, DJ Consequence, DJ Kebro Lee, DJ Brook Belly, we have brought in DJ Fokati. These are people you see on TV, so we're bringing them down here so our people here can have that feel.
Celebrities.
Right? We have brought in numerous celebrities. We have brought in Q Dot, we have brought in Terry Apala, we have brought in Barry J, we have brought in Pokoli. See, if I keep mentioning the list,
I see you have a long list, maybe probably
a whole long one. So we're always ahead. Alright? So we give the people what they want. Alright? For December, we're looking at bringing in Olamide and probably Baby. So I hope I didn't forget my brother J1. J1 has been here countless times.
I didn't know you were brother.
Also my cousin, Toyin Abraham.
Really?
Brilliant actress.
Oh, you must be really affiliated with many celebrities.
Well, I mean, that's when we're brown.
Ah,
You know
you sound so proud. I like that. Well done.
Brand.
Well done. I mean, so reassuring that the brand is actually a very great brand. I mean, coupled with what you've actually said earlier on, I mean, you've affiliated yourself with numerous brands and all that celebrities.
I forgot to say, we have brought in comedians. We have brought in Ajay Ball, we have brought in Sheila, we have brought in Prince Will, we have brought in Ajele, and like, see, we have taken over.
I love that. It's really separated. It's really outranks you above them. Well done. Well done, SEUN ALABI, SEUN Prince. So before we go, a quick one. What advice do you tell yourself and you would like to tell people out there, or probably you've had from the likes of Shina Pella and your dad, who happens to be your mentors in this business? So what advice would you give to people out there, to entrepreneurs out there?
Keep being you. Keep following that dream. You can do it, right? Because now we have a whole lot of distractions back and forth, but stay focused, stay determined that you can do it. If you want to sing, keep singing. It doesn't come easy, right? So just keep pushing. Above all, be prayerful, because I believe I'm a living testimony of grace. I'm not, I don't know how to do it all, but I believe with God's backing, I'm where I am, right? And then I've been determined. and I keep staying focused that yes, Shem, you can do this. You can do it. Right? So self-determination is key. So most of the youths out there don't even believe in themselves. Right? So you must believe that yes, you can do it. You can push. So you keep pushing until you break through. Right? So that's my little advice for us out there. That you can do it. Of course. So the other person you're looking up to that did it started somewhere. So you have to be first of all self-determined and be certain of yourself that you can do it. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. So it's done.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that word. And I think that brings me to a word that says, if SEUN Alabi can do it, why can't you do it? Thank you so much for coming on today's show. I had a swell time, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of our conversations today.
I felt at home.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I see that. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, that's a wrap on Youngafricantrep TV series today. I had a swell time. It's all shown on my face, as you can see. It was really exciting to distill a lot from Prince SEUN Alabi. Thank you very much, guys. I really am excited. It was a swell time in the city of Akure. It is actually a very swell time also to experience the life in Shamroyo. It is wonderful. It's beautiful. It's just not any our club. It's a club home away from home. You've heard it in his conversation. Until I see you next time, same me, same Youngafricantrep TV series. Please stay imaginative, stay young, focus, and please keep subscribing on our YouTube channel on TrepAfrica, on Instagram. Follow us on TrepAfrica, and of course on Facebook. Follow us at TrepAfrica. I remain your darling Miss Modella. See you next time. It's a bye.
TrepAfrica. Imagine more.